Further Path of Exile 2 balancing and nerfs are coming, my friends, which is a great thing. And today I'm going to talk to you about this. We're going to take a look at these new pre-patch notes. This is not patch notes, this is a preview of what they're about to release going into holiday season, which is a great thing, by the way, as well. Before we keep going, minute disclaimer. If you're new here to my channel, please understand that I'm a casual player. My content is for casual players and beginners of Path of Exile. If you are an expert / elitist or can't help yourself, you probably are not going to enjoy this content as much, and you will just say, oh, why aren't you talking about this? Oh, this number is wrong, that number is wrong. Please, save your breath, save your typing. Otherwise, if you are able to correct me or constructively add to what I'm saying here and highlighting here, please feel free to talk to me in the comments down below. I'm sure the whole community is going to benefit from it. Otherwise, save your breath. It's great that they're doing something. I still find this whole thing about them nerfing quite a lot of good skills, good stuff, calling them overpowered and stuff. I find it a little bit on the edge of an excuse. I understand why it's happening though, and let's very quickly acknowledge that too. Why do they not want it? Because Path of Exile 2 is not Path of Exile 1. Path of Exile 1 is based on certain level of your knowledge of the game, as well as a very good build, and then the gameplay itself is rather simple. You can destroy the whole maps and bosses just by having the right kind of build, yeah? But not by relying on your skill like you would in the Dark Souls or in the Elden Ring, in those kind of games. Unfortunately, for me personally, unfortunately, maybe not for you, tell me how you feel about it. Unfortunately, Path of Exile 2 is different. It is not like Path of Exile 1. It is not about that fun of mindless, have a good build, destroy everything kind of gameplay. It is more about that skill. It is more about those dodge rolls. It is more about making sure that you are both lucky and skillful and all that kind of stuff. And that frustrates a lot of people, including myself. Luckily, they are not just standing firm on nerfing any OP builds that are emerging, which they've done. I'm not happy about it, but they're doing it. But they're kind of trying to find a middle ground, and that's a good thing. So, now, on to specifics of this. So, Trial of Sekemus, I am right now trying to get my ascendancy, first ascendancy. Yeah, lol at me, whatever you want. Like I already said for the last time, I'm a casual. I play for beginners like a beginner. I have a life otherwise, okay? It's not my full-time job like for some people, okay? So I do find Trial of Sekemus doable. I've pretty much done it, but Rattle Cage has killed me. And that's the end boss of the Trial of Sekemus. We're gonna have a separate video on the walkthrough of that for casuals, for beginners, coming up very, very shortly as soon as I beat it. So they are luckily listening, and they are luckily now scaling the honor damage that you get in Trial of Sekemus. We're not going to go into details of mechanics in this video, based on proximity. So you will take 35% less damage, less honor damage if you're close to the enemy, which is close enough sometimes. They are just surrounding you, even if you're a ranged class, you're rolling around. It's almost inevitable from what I've seen to always stay at optimal range. It's just impossible, okay? And you take a ton of damage. I died many times. I died to Rattle Cage after making all the way to that final room, and then you die. It's really, really freaking frustrating. So this probably is going to make a massive difference, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So that's a very, very good thing. Damage over time as well. Turns out that it's been doing 3 times as much damage to honor than intended. 3 times more. So if you're burning, if you're bleeding, if you're poisoned, there is plenty of all those sources of damage. It would certainly take a hit on your honor. So I think that after these changes are released, I certainly should be able to finish Trial of Sekemus. I certainly hope so. And then a few other things, more specifically volcanoes created by Rattle Cage Fisher Slam now last half the duration, which is fantastic as well, because that boss occupies quite a lot of space, because you are unable to just blast through him. You have to dance around him. That gives him a lot more time to create those volcanoes, have fire everywhere. It kills you, okay? So it's great that they're doing something about this. Look, in all honesty here, again, not pretending to be better than I am, endgame is not something that I'm in yet. I haven't rushed. That's my excuse, and I'm gonna stick to it. But at the same time, I'm not there yet. For one or another reason, I'm not there yet. I've been switching between characters. I haven't been like pushing like those people through the night, okay? So these things, to me personally, mean not all that terribly much, which is where I welcome your thoughts on this. However, obviously I can read, and this looks good. It looks sensible. It looks like, you know, the certain maps no longer have additional elemental resistance penalties. Like, how bad can it be? It's a good thing, right? Chaos damage now scales less aggressively, whatever that means, over the end game. Critical strikes deal a lot less bonus damage, almost half less bonus damage, and so on and so forth. I will talk more about this if this was enough when I get there, but these are good things. Character and item balance, so charm modifiers are going to be a little bit more generous from level 23 onwards. That's roughly where I'm at right now, so that's great. Yes, it's low, I said it enough. And then a couple of other things. Seems a little bit like, I know this is not the full patch notes, but still, if these are the highlights, doesn't look like it's much, and that's probably my immediate kind of thought. So maybe again they're making very gentle, very small changes, very small nudges in the right direction. Is it enough? I suspect not, personally, but we will see. Gem and support skill, support gem balance. So this is going to be interesting. This would be very interesting to take a look at once further notes are available. But I'm celebrating it for what it is for now. So they're talking about, you know, so they have nerfed a lot of things that are overpowered. They think that overpowered means anything else is just not viable. I don't know if it's true about the cast on freeze, comet build. I don't know if it's true on Autobomber SRS. I don't know if this overpowered definition is truly matching that situation that they nerfed, but it's okay, it's not the end of the world. So they are improving some skills. Now, what's the good news here, my friends? Good news is that no further nerfs are announced. Specifically to Lightning Arrow Ranger, that I am kinda spending more time on lately, because I'm a player first and a YouTuber whatever second. I am progressing with my witch, but at the same time, that Lightning Arrow Ranger is a lot more fun and a lot more rewarding to play right now. I can tell you straight away, and that's your reward for watching these videos. Also, not just my builds, because it tells you where the build ones are going. So you are at advantage, my friend, for watching this kind of video. Hopefully, we see it this way, both of us. So, Rolling Slam, various both skills. Okay, talk to me more. Grinding Gear Games, I'm interested about this. Frenzy Charges, my builds are not based on Frenzy Charge generation, but okay, they're improving something there because they want more variety of builds. Makes sense to me. Various crossbow skills, especially at higher tiers. Okay, how am I translating this? I'm translating this that Mercenary is not performing as well in the end game. That's how I'm translating this. And underachieving quarter staff abilities. I'm not a monk. I am watching a few content creators such as Rax, and I am inspired by them, and I think that I'm going to be definitely trying monk at some point, but it's not my priority right now. And then there are some support gems. They added the Tremors support gem, they added the Beating support gem, whatever that means. So Beating support gem, which can be used to give more damage to the command skills of supported minions. So me as a witch, as a summoner witch, how I started Path of Exile 2, I think that this is gonna be of interest. I'm not gonna say it looks absolutely groundbreaking and game-changing, but any boost, any good thing is a good thing, right? Fire exposure, lightning exposure, cold exposure support gems no longer penalize damage of supported skills. Okay, so they inflict exposure but not reduce the skill. Good. Excellent. Excellent. And then something that also affects my witch. As you know, if you've been watching my SRS casual witch build start, I've been relying on skeletal arsonists quite a bit. So skeletal arsonists are both fun and more effective than, say, skeletal sniper in the lower game at the beginning of the game. Why is it so important? Again, because, my friends, lower game sucks. For a lot of classes, I understand it, and for a lot of builds, and that is where it's the hardest to stay focused on the game and continue playing. That's why it's important. Not only end game is important. Alright, what else? Some nerf of the damage over time component on very high levels of Tornado. Vine Arrow doesn't affect me. Magnetic Salvo I heard good things about. Seems like a minor nerf, but nothing too groundbreaking for sort of people who are not playing in a party. Okay, so this is all we have today. I just thought I'll connect with you, my friends, very quickly to acknowledge the fact that more changes are coming up, and it's a good thing that they're coming up, so let's give this a little smile over here. And I thank you very much for watching, for being a patron of my channel. Content varies. I keep an eye on the World of Warcraft, which I'm not playing right now. I play Path of Exile now, almost exclusively, and I hope to build up over more content over this holiday break. If I don't talk to you in between, please enjoy the holiday break, come back, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and expect more builds and more content on Path of Exile 2 from yours truly. Thanks for watching. See you next time.